Everybody on these YouTube channels lying. Everybody lying. Everybody this big time trending topic. Everybody these hardcore gangsters. Everybody gonna do this to each other when they see each other. And truth be told, we too blessed and we be having too many views in this YouTube shit to be going to war with each other. And truth be told, don't nobody wanna fight nobody on this YouTube shit. Cause 98% of these YouTubers is cowards.
Now that's Huggie Pacino certified.
What's going on, y'all? This is Huggie Pacino. Check this out. This Joe Budden and Nicki Minaj shit. Let me break this down to you because everybody seems to just sit back and wonder, did Nicki really just drag? Like, first of all, why does it have to be a thing where people look at Nicki Minaj like, oh, she dragged Joe Budden and she gave him that work, and all she did was yell and get emotional and didn't even answer questions that he even asked. She never really addressed shit. She just sat up and just did a lot of yelling. Over emotional yelling and bullshit responses. But let me break down a few things that's flawed in her whole fucking quote unquote dragging of fucking Joe Budden. First of all, Nicki clarified her and Budden's comments on the show, saying that the crux of their discussion was about the motorsport and Hot Girl Summer promotional strategies, right? It's posted for Joe's section because the blogs posted the drug part, knowing damn well it's misleading. We were discussing him lying on motorsports, saying I'm lying about Hot Girl Summer. Basically, the Hot Girl Summer is her collaboration with Megan Thee Stallion, right? So here we go. Actually had a chat. Might be misleading description because Minaj totally tore into him for the entire show. First of all, yelling over somebody, cutting out their mic, being over emotional just because you feel like you could just make a lot of blatant, stupid responses does not mean you tear into somebody. Being logical and actually addressing a person is tearing into someone. Anyway, Minaj Hot Girl Summer collab partner Megan Thee Stallion was originally slated to guest, but the Joe Budden Show podcast co-hosts Joe Budden, Rory and Mal joined instead. Budden and Minaj argued over a few things early in the episode, but tension reached their peak when Budden insinuated that Minaj jumping on Hot Girl Summer was a pre-planned marketing ploy. Trust me, if anybody knows how the market goes on how to do strategies, it's Joe Budden. Joe Budden studied that shit since 2003. Let's continue. Minaj maintains that she recorded her verses after an Instagram live session with Meg. Budden continued tearing into Minaj. First of all, he wasn't tearing into nobody. He's doing his job, first of all. Also insinuating that she had a drug problem. Your entire last album did that. Your past is littered with it. Who gives a fuck what she pops? But don't sit here and act like you never popped the pill. That's basically what he said. Here we go. And notice how they wrote, that was the last straw for Nicki Minaj. You like tearing down women. Soon as a female throw out the gender card, everybody's gonna go against you as a man. Men don't throw out the gender card. We don't throw out the card and say, you like coming at men. Like, no, because technically, men do not have the right to say, you like coming at men because it's a disadvantage against me being against you, being that you're female, and you are supposed to be less aggressive than I am. So if I show my aggression in verbal communication or dialogue, then I will come off as the bad guy. Meanwhile, women still in 2019 throwing the gender card. Peep how she did it. You like tearing women down who can't defend themselves. When they can't defend themselves, sorry. Minaj responded, you like tearing down women when you try to end their careers because you're low-key jealous of their success. What does that have to do with you addressing what he just said? That's totally against what he was. He said nothing about tearing you down. He said nothing about that your success is this and that. He's talking about the marketing ploy. There's nothing wrong with having a marketing strategy. I think it's a wonderful marketing strategy. But just be honest about it, but they won't. Anywho. Because I like how we pretend that Nicki Minaj was pretty much falling apart and people was like hating Nicki Minaj at one point and everybody loved Cardi B. Just last year y'all did. Or this year and last year for that matter. Anyway, Nicki Minaj then asked her producers to cut Budden's mic, clearly letting it be known you ain't got no argument, you weak, you can't really dialogue, period. Effectively ending the argument. You see that? Now whoever wrote this is a bunch of fucking idiots, because I know it ain't no one idiot. This is a team effort. It's been malicious and specific to me because he and I were under the same people when we were coming up. Nicki Minaj said, I used to think to myself, this man is so bitter. How do you feel like he's bitter? I don't think his ego was that out of control that he couldn't admit when he was wrong. But Minaj also had some happier news to share. Her 5th album is coming soon. See, this is promotion. As he said, this is also a marketing plug. And if you notice, the Preppers Club jumped right on it. We love Nicki. Like, no, y'all don't. See, that's the fake shit. That's the talking heads that help promote the marketing ploy. So basically, you proved Joe Budden's right. Every one of y'all. Anyway, and she said she has a dope producer attached to the project, although she wouldn't reveal any names yet. Yeah, whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, let me go find that other piece right quick. Because I was looking up, I was trying to go find the part where Gucci said he ran a train on Nicki Minaj with him and Waka. I like how she never responded to that, but that's neither here nor there. And that was what, 6-7 years ago? Anyway, not Billboard. Which one was it? It wasn't Billboard. What site was it? Complex. Here we go. Where the quote that I'm looking for. First of all, Megan is not going to be here. She announced it on the top of her show. I'm going to call some fans today. She added blah 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 blah. Okay, here. Wait a minute. After playing a remix, she invited Joe Budden on the show alongside blah blah blah. Joe is here to make peace with the barbs. Budden explained, "You can control them to do evil, to either evil or good." He joked. He really just said I used the bars for evil. Nicki replied, "I just like to let them know when they're doing the most." First of all, the fact that you have a fan, because you know Beyonce has the Beehive, and Nicki has the Barbs. Like, first of all, having like a team of fucking fanatics, because let's just keep it real, the Barbs are not really supporters of fans. You know, real fans will tell you, yo, your album could be better. No, the Barbs are gonna love anything Nicki does. That's why they call them fanatics. Anywho, let's continue. Addressing Budden's claims that Nicki's live session with Megan Thee Stallion was planned, the two got into a debate whether Hot Girl Summer was an organic collaboration. This is what Joe does. Joe just asks the interesting questions. That's an interesting question. If you felt like it wasn't a ploy, you should have just said, no, it was organic, blah, 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 and just kept it that way. She basically hinted at the fact that she wanted to do a song. When we got off live, I spoke with her team. She said that she loved the song when she first heard it. So it all came together shortly after the Instagram live session. Nicki then accused Joe of calling her a liar, with him saying that he doubted her because the video was turned around quickly. While he believes her now, she still tried to get to the bottom of what he said. I think that the music industry is calculated, he added. That's an actual fact. Whether her situation was calculated or not, hey, it's for her to just be honest or just say, you know, her point of view or what's the fact or what's not the fact, or whatever the case may be. Confirming that it was a personal attack on her, that's where she went wrong. She shouldn't say that this is a personal attack, because the person looks at the industry as it really is. It really does has marketing strategies. There are ploys. There are things that they come with, and they would do things such as Nicki Minaj. Okay, we need you to collab with a young artist like Megan, because you know it'll be a good look on you to come back in the industry where we already looked at you as a person that was already quote unquote not trying to do a song with Cardi, and we know your history based on all this time, the last 9 years of your career, that you will not stand next to female MCs who are under your quote unquote level of success, so to speak. Anyway, after that situation regarding motorsport, which also featured Cardi B, was brought up, Budden accused Nicki of lying about knowing Cardi was on the song before it came out. You really think people could put out a song and I don't know who's on it? She asked. Eventually, he got heated enough to cut him off with a song. She then cut off the song, playing back a clip of Everyday Struggle. You like tearing down women when they can't defend themselves. Nicki was shouting on now shouting match with Budden. First of all, he wasn't in no shouting match. She was the one getting loud and aggressive. So, to huge laughs, she added, "Thank you for being here, by the way." She continued, "Don't call me fam. That's how I know you're mad." First of all, just because he says fam don't make him mad. That's how people talk on the East Coast. "Fuck out of here, fam." Under his voice, Budden replied, "First of all, this is why I don't do this. Y'all live in some sort of a bubble." Exactly, because he knows she's an industry head, and she's a tool. It is what it is. When the topic of our album came up, she teased that someone huge is executive producing it. If you notice that she's pretty much promoting, so let's just act childish. As you see, you know what, Joe? I didn't know how childish you were until today. First of all, you were the one being childish. So now let's belittle him in his simple questions of what he believes as far as how her career is being quote unquote calculated, so to speak. Don't you ever say you didn't pop a pill with her calling him a dumb fuck. First of all, you see what I'm saying? Like, look at his actual questions based on things that has been out there. You see what I'm saying? He's so used to thinking that he's the smartest person in the room. You see that? That lets you know how insecure she is. He is the smartest person in the room. You're proving it. On your interview, you're proving it. I wish I would play it, but, copyright infringement. I know how that goes. I just want ownership if you said something. She said after she pulled up things he said, he refuted. She completely cut off his microphone. First of all, what he said, and I quote, the question came out, do you believe she knew about the record? Or did she know, or did you believe? That's the question of a person asking you, do you believe something? He said no. Was it a fact? Absolutely not. According to what Nicki said, no, it's not a fact. So my thing is that his opinion is just an opinion. You can't hold him to that because he believes something. It'd be different if he says, does Joe Budden believe Nicki knew? That's a different question, but somebody asked him, do you believe that she knew? That's the point. You see what I'm saying? So, hey, the whole drug use thing, tearing down women and fuck, all this, calling them childish and saying he's the smartest person in the room. It just shows how over emotional women can be. And this particular woman is no different. It's no different. She didn't even really do anything but show how over emotional she can be. And she never really answered these questions. He asked questions about, in the motorsport record, were you trading bars with Cardi B? That's a competitive question. Any MC, especially, that's why I said, like, Joe Budden is not good for journalism, because he wants to know, were y'all being competitive? Because y'all were being quite subliminal, but he wants to know the fact. Were y'all trading bars on the record? And she never even answered the question. The drug use thing, she never even answered that question. Cut his mic off. You see what I'm saying? And y'all said she dragged him. This is why I said a lot of people that watch hip-hop and got an eye on hip-hop, y'all like, and this ain't got nothing to do with me being a fan of Budden, and because I like Nicki as a character. I don't think she's a good MC, like compared to like Jean Grey or Rhapsody, because I'm still gonna hold her accountable for the fact that you sat up for 9 goddamn years and you never said Rhapsody's name. You never said Jean Grey's name. You never quoted no name. You never did nothing with none of these people. The only reason you did a record with Megan is based on the fact that you know your team, you know that your career is falling apart, you know that Nicki is the next, not Nicki, you know that Cardi B is the next fucking you, so you know it is what it is. Your career is about to fall down. You're knocking on 40, it is what it is. You had your time, you had your success, you made your mark. Now let's move on, because this is how mainstream works. We can't have Nicki and Cardi in the same fucking space forever. We can't have your 40-year-old ass doing the shit that the young Cardi B is, evolved to do. We gotta have room for Megan. We gotta have room for all these other people. It is what it is. That's the point. So when people get to looking at this shit, y'all look at this shit with a naked eye. And the average hip hop fan that like Nicki or like hip hop in general, they don't even know shit about Joe Budden. They rarely do. So it is what it is. But I will say this though. At the end of the day, y'all got to get it together, man, when it comes down to hip hop. That's all I'm gonna say. Tell me what y'all think though.
Now that's Huggie Pacino certified.
Chicken and corn. He wants something to eat. I live for this shit. Why you stay a business, boy?